Skoova, hey, what's waiting beneath the surface this time?
These strange climes have a most mysterious resident. The Viscid Lurker. They love to nestle into the cozier reaches of the sea, but they're not too cozy for scuba stuff.
Nice, I think.
Got it. You know, I was famed for my lurker catching talents. Oh, and lad, I know what you'll say. Scuba, you were only prized for your skill in catching them on account of your wee stature. And I might be right. But you can no more fit a basilisk in a lurker's lair than an oyster in a thimble.
Sounds right to me.
Could I interest you in a tale? Where did we end? Ah, yes. The monstrous Captain Wet, his crew and myself fled aboard the pirate schooner of the filthy Zephyrs. Well, fast as the morning thaw, I could tell something was off. Wanyek, he wouldn't look me in the eye. Oh, and a dreadful stench was a-brewing his rotten beard. An augur of fate most ill. Wanyek took the helm, and with landing claws away we flew to deep space, putting a few lifetimes between us and those pirates. We found ourselves afield of the Parlymian trade route. As soon as the captain took his hand off the yoke, he put it on his harpoon and gave me a look like a half-starved tuka-cat iron sprat. Skoova, snarled the vile captain, you've gone as soft as an oyster's navel. If I couldn't trust you to spare a quarren with your blaster in your mouth, how could I trust you to skewer the great gooberfish? My hesitance to pull the trigger had me undone. In spite of my most rabid pleas, the captain jettisoned wee Skoova in an escape pod. The last thing I saw was his dread smile, crooked like a bayman's backbone. And so, my time aboard the grapnel met a briny end. Sitting alone in a pod, in deep space, with nothing but a tank of old cod and gash. I'll tell you more later, lad. The despair, the stench. It's enough to set my stomach a-churn to this very day.
So welcome back to Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I've done something a little bit different for episode 20. I did a lot of exploring in this episode, so what I've basically done is took all the different clips of when I've when exploring and put them together. This is literally it. This part leads into a boss fight, so stick around and check that out. It's just after this part, but yeah, there's no story in this episode. It's just straight exploration, and that's pretty much it.
This thing's got you all over it.
This is the thing you slice to get the upgrade to control the damaged Magna God droids. So yeah, it's in a hidden cavern, basically. But yeah, here's the boss fight I'm on about. But yeah, stick around, enjoy it. There's no commentary for this except for one part of the video, not including this part. But yeah, 3 bosses at once. I did pretty okay against them, which is nice, because normally these would eat me for breakfast, pretty much. But yeah, stick around, enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next part, which will be story. So yeah, peace.
I need help.
Steel perks?
So the plan was to ambush us. Well, it could have worked, but it didn't. Isn't it a little dark down there for fishing?
A true fisher doesn't rely on the sun to do the seeing. A true fisher fishes with the mind. Sink your eyes on this. You're asking yourself, how in the deep did old Skoova know where the fishy was hiding? But what you don't know is that the barred hookfish always travels northward.
How does it always travel north?
Well, you see, north, it's a relative, define a bumped into on my way down. But a true fisher knows that a pocket full of luck is more important than some cod migration pattern. Now for a story, if you've the time.
So Skoova, back to your story. Were you actually marooned in deep space by Captain Wet?
Aye, lad. There I sat, tummy a-rumble, gazing out at the void. My somber reflection staring back from the porthole. Was it hours? Years? Neither would faze me. But I do recall this. After a term most interminable, there she was, like a bowsprit cutting through a crest. A great space whale, still sporting the grapnel's imprint on her side, emerged from a parted void. Aye, even now it brings the salt to my eyes. Her great blubbery undulations toss me pod through the stars like a goose-winged skiff. The stars swirled about like 100,000 fishes until suddenly I saw a planet below. There my pod crashed, and there I was rescued by kindly locals. I had been saved by this marvelous creature from the depth of space. I tried searching for her. Alas, to no avail. She eluded me for years before I packed my satchel and headed home for Sakavi Tar. Most didn't believe what I'd seen. They say she was not but the terminal spasm of a starving salt's brain. But I know what I saw, lad. I know what I saw. Of course, when I returned home, things were not as I remembered them. But that be a tale for another time. Ken, you couldn't stay away. You didn't forsake the sea spray once it's missed in your gums.
I guess not.
You're the aspect of a fisher, lad. And, lucky for you, we're perched just above the lair of the sea fish.
Sea fish, huh?
That's right. An impossible catch. No fisher in the right mind would pursue such a quarrelsome foe. No fisher, but Skoovas Stev. You see that one?
That was pretty impressive.
You still think I'm small time, eh?
No, I
Well
believe it.
then, I've no choice but to regale you with my bleak-most history. Tarry a moment, and I'll tell you a thing or two about old Skoovas Tales. So, after years of searching for the great whale, I returned home to the frozen shores of Sakavi Tar, where my tale began. And this world on which I was weaned and warmed seemed but a moon to me careworn eyes. So small. I foot-slogged my way back to Undun's cave, but I found it empty, and somehow colder than I remembered. You know, lad, sometimes the truth brings peace, and sometimes it brings sadness. The fish is nae always what you thought it'd be when it bit the line. I dragged myself out of that cave and back to my village. And what I discovered next sent a spar through me thrice-pickled belly. All me kith and kin, old and bairn, ravaged by famine and cold. For none other than Captain Wanyek Wet had been fishing in their waters, sparing what few fish remained and taking them off-world. found myself once again in search of the dread captain and his crew. Not just for my own justice, but to liberate my very home. When we next speak, I'll tell you what became of my crusade. Oh, and some advice, lad. If you're planning to scale the mountain, you'll need to keep a strong grip.
What are you fishing for?
I'm hunting the ferocious me. Did you know the me was the very first fish we scuba caught?
That must have been quite a day.
Aye, I was barely yee-high back then. Little Skoova swam headlong into the creature's mouth. But, plucky as I was, I couldn't digest me before fishing fellows pulled us out.
Sounds more like it caught you.
Aye, it takes me back. Stick around, boy, and I'll top us off with a tale. Aye, our story nears its end. I discovered that Captain Whit was plundering my very home seas for exotic fish, and in the process, starving the old tars who raised me from a wee yoke. I spent many months in search of them. At long last, I discovered them on the salted shores of the third moon of Antine. I hied to Antine and trucked me full to the Garacus Trench, a fissure sliced clean through the moon's heart. There, amongst the brine and black, I found him. Wanyak Whit and his vile crew, surrounded by glumbering eels, spearing them with their harpoons. "Captain," I cried, "you've broken your promise never to harvest the seas of Tar." And I said, "Your command be forfeit if you dinna forswear my home waters." Oh, I'll scarce forget the snarl he issued as he turned to me, slow as a frozen reef, regarding me after years of thinking me dead. "This," he growled, "is why you dinna toss the fish back into the sea." Before I could shake my flippers, the barb of his harpoon spun through the deep, and its hook pierced me in the chest. My juices filled the water, and as my vision grew dark, I espied Wanyak, smiling sharp as a fang.
That's horrible, Skoova.
I told you, lad, that mine be a dark tale. I'll tell you more when next we meet. Fog and more fog. I haven't seen... Oh, it's you.
Pretty big force sent to secure a shuttle. Must be something inside.
Contact confirmed.
Anything? Watch out, bud. Not a good day for these droids. Purge trooper. Got what was coming to him. What is it? Uh-oh. You want it? All yours, bud. BD? Time to go! Some kind of electro dart? Next time, maybe run a scan before you start firing. Hit it.
No, it's interesting. Prospectors would haul what they found on the summit down this elevator.
I don't know why you care about all this stuff.
Well, how are we supposed to control a planet without knowing about it?
With these blasters right here, any insubordination, a shot to the chest will sort them out.
Sure, but the planet isn't one hostile. It helps to know how they move around. Target! Copy.
Launch it. On you, BD.
I know you're out there. Raiders.
Kill me.
Unauthorized entity detected. Investigating. You will regret that.
Something's up there. So what'd you find?
Jedi were hunted to extinction for their treason. Not quite to extinction. Oh, yeah.
Fire away.
This'll be fun. Forward.
Solid blow. Hey, do you see that? See what? Enemy! Here? A loss will not be my fault!
What's this?
My vision is impaired.
This fog's making our sensors malfunction. At least you're still operational.
Evade opponent's position.
Force is with me.
Invading forces disclosed. System clearly.
Take him down!
Happening.
Shooting at the target! Oh, watch out! I can't hit him! Am I all that's left?
I see him, BD.
Let me take care of this. We will pursue you. Our orders are to kill Jedi.
Your end is forthcoming.
Give me a sim.
Heard that.
Critical shot.
They're after you.
Don't let up. Search your dominant. Did I do something wrong? You're getting out of this.
Help, please.
Damage taken.
Make you bleed. I'm not doing all the work.
That's the last of them. BD, got something to help me?
Hold it right there. I won't let you through. I saw what you did to the others, Jedi scum. But you won't do it to me. Even your sorcery can't get through 15 centimeters of Imperial manufactured transparent steel. Right?
Structural leader.
You should open the door.
I should... What?
This is an inspection. You have orders to let me pass.
This is an inspection. I have orders to let you pass. Apologies for detaining you, sir. I'm sure you'll find everything up to code.
Let's hope so. Weak minds don't stop them from conquering the galaxy. Need to open this.
The Jedi! Get ready to die! Ah!
Alrighty then.
Okay, this is high. Long way down, huh? Hell of a view, though. Hey, Skoova.
Notice anything different?
Can't say I do.
Must see, laddie! It's a sparkle with grease! And you may ask, Skoova, you old salt, have you lost your rudder? Are you planning to cook yourself into buttered jam?
The thought crossed my mind.
No, lad. I'll show you. You see that, lad? The blue-finned crayfish is a fearsome warrior. Not just because its claws are sharper than the bristles on my lip, but also because it's as slippery as a sugar pea taking an afternoon dip. So, how do you fight slippery? By being muckle slippery yourself.
I'll remember that next time I'm in a bind.
Oh, and I've only just begun, lad. If you've a moment, I'll continue my tale. So there I was, deep in the Garacus Trench, Wanyak's harpoon drilled through me paunch, watching the lights fade from my own eyes. The dread captain peeled his whiskers from his teeth and grinned a most ghastly grin. When suddenly, I saw the glumbering eels a-swirl. It seemed that, in the midst of my distraction, they'd taken flight. It dawned on me. I recalled to me mind the great meeting call of the eels, my last hope. So, rousing my final gasp of air, I sounded their shrill cry.
What happened?
Well, lad, I'll tell you. The eels swarmed in an electric blaze. The dread crew scattered, and Wanyak, that damned Wanyak, that dread captain, was cooked like an evening quillfish. As the eels smote him into the deep, I felt consciousness run out to my ears. Darkness fell upon me. When I awoke, well, find me again